Hey guys, my name's Jonathan. I'm just going to be taking you through the steps today of how to make a powerful antibacterial, antifungal spray that you can use at home. You can use it for anything from a hand cleaner, face cleaner, household multi-purpose cleaner. This is just a natural herb that grows in my backyard. I've been on the same land for over 22 years now, and I've never been a fan of herbicides and pesticides and that sort of thing, so I've never used them on my land. And it's quite interesting how this came about. Is this plant in particular, everyone knows it, everyone's seen it, it's called fennel. And this thing has, in my eyes, I would have said a year or two ago that this is a freaking weed that I can't get rid of. And I've tried to dig it out with my digger, I've cut it down, and many times mowed it, and no matter how hard I tried to get rid of this thing, I couldn't get rid of it. And I met a Māori man recently, and he had some quite interesting words speaking about herbs and that, and one of these words he spoke was that God always provides the natural remedies for healing and to fight the diseases you have on your land. You know, the land that you have, like here in New Zealand, He will provide a way. He will provide you things to fight the diseases that your people fight against. And he said that that's why the Māoris, before Europeans showed up here, they had all the natural resources and all the herbs and spices they needed to fight all the diseases they had. And when Europeans showed up with all these new diseases, it became difficult, and they didn't have these resources to fight these new diseases like tuberculosis and many, many more they brought over here. So I've started researching some of these herbs that I've got growing in my backyard, and the properties of fennel are actually incredible. So I'm going to run you through how to make this antibacterial, antifungal herb, and you know, I've been using it for a few months now, and it's been fighting anything. It absolutely destroys athlete's foot, any itching and scratching, any infections, bacterial infections you've got. It just works wonders on. I've been going to the chemist for years buying creams and bits and pieces, and you know, putting that shit on daily, and it's not working. This stuff here, I spray it on, it's either destroyed it completely and I've never had to spray it on again, or you only have to put it on once a week or once every couple of weeks. So now I realise the importance of what we've got on our land, and we need to start using it more instead of relying on pharmacies and all these creams and lotions that they're trying to sell you these days. We don't need to do that. We have them here right at our back door, and this is one that I couldn't get rid of, and what I thought was a curse has now become a blessing in my life. And so I want to continue to share. You know, I'm not interested in selling products. I want to share information so everyone can get out there and make it themselves. It's pretty basic, this. There's nothing to it, so I'm using everything. The stalk, this is fennel here, if you can't see it in the video there's the fennel. I'm going to use the stalks, the leaves and the seeds and the flowers all together. It's all got good, powerful remedies and medicine in it. So today I'm just going to go through it. Little boy Tonga, go away mate. See ya, hop off. I'm just going to get a big pair of loppers. So all we're doing here is just cutting this up to fit into my crock pot. So all we're doing is we're going to be boiling this in my crock pot for a day and a half. You just cut it up into sizable bits, fill your crock pot right to the top, get as much in it as you possibly can, and then you want to fill it with some really clean water, either rainwater, distilled water, preferably not tap water that's got any chlorine or fluoride or any crap in it. Get as clean a water source as you possibly can find. So all we're doing My wife will love this. Cut up your fennel into 200-300 ml pieces, stalks and all. I'll get some scissors as well. Actually, I've got these ones here. So we're just going to cut everything up into sizable bits and fill that crock pot right to the top. Make sure you cut it down enough that it's not wedged in there, so then you can get the maximum amount in. I've tried it just with the leaves, these nice little pieces here, and it works good. I've tried it with the leaves and the stalks and I've had good results. And now I'm going to try it with leaves, stalks and all the flowers and seeds and chuck all those in. You know, you can make tea and things out of the seeds. It's a powerful antioxidant. You can drink this stuff as well. It's good for your guts. If you've got gut issues, it will help kill all the bad bacteria, and so your guts can start growing the good bacteria again. I think more and more people are realising today that the general medicine that they give us is not really what we need to be consuming in our life and putting on our skin. There's so many horrible chemicals in medicine today and stuff they just really haven't done enough research on. And I don't know if they're intentionally trying to harm us, but most people who start taking medicines, they spend their whole lives on them. So I know medicine's had its place over the years, pharmacy's had its place over the years. Lots of people, I can say even my family, you know, my family members wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for some of the things the pharmacy sells and the good doctors out there that have performed all sorts of surgeries. But we don't really want to get to that stage in our lives that we're relying on pharmacies and relying on doctors to keep us alive. If you're doing that, you've already got an issue. So the more you look into your herbs and stuff you got in your backyard, what's around locally that you can resource, all this you can do yourself. You can, you know, make it very easily. There's absolutely no chemicals involved. You can spray it anywhere on your body. I use it in my hair, spray it on my face for washing my face. I've used it for as a good general purpose cleaning household product. It is a alkaline on the acid scale, acidity. It doesn't, it's about, I think, close to 7.9, somewhere like that. And that's important too, because you don't want to be consuming acidic things. Alkaline is what you want. Alkaline things is what your body needs to grow and heal. So I'm quite interested to see how this will go with the seeds. I don't think it's going to make too much difference with seeds or not, because at the end of the day, whatever's going up the stalk and into the leaves is going to go into the seeds as well. But the antibacterial properties of this stuff has just really amazed me. I've had nephew come round, hanging out with us for a day, and I see he's got an issue with some foot fungus, and I just put half a litre in an ice cream container, had him sitting down watching some movies, really rested his foot in it for a few hours. My wife used it she had a wee bit of athlete's foot last month as well, and she's used it and it was all gone overnight. And one of the greatest things I've actually had results was with it, which I still can't really get my head around, was a cyst. I had a cyst on my backside, close to my bum hole, which is never a good place to have things growing. And I've been putting it off for 2 years. This thing was probably 15mm diameter, and I've been putting it off, going and getting cut open because I didn't want freaking a massive hole inside of my backside. And I know lots of guys that have gone and had these surgeries and they've ended up getting those areas that become infected because they're so close to your anus and all the crap that comes out of there. So it's a pretty sensitive area. But I decided, just for the hell of shits and giggles, I sprayed some of this on it. I squeezed the crap out of it one night, and I've squeezed it many times over the years, trying to break it, trying to pop it, and it's done nothing. But I squeezed the crap out of it one night a few weeks ago, and then I went and sprayed between my legs before I went to bed. And what do you know? In the morning, that cyst was 100% gone. And I couldn't believe it. I spent literally 5 minutes trying to find the cyst. It was 15mm, it was like a big marble, and it was obvious as heck, and the next day it was completely gone. And I still can't figure out how that happened, but it happened. And I have no doubt that this is what caused it, what made it disappear. Now this has got all the magnesium, it's got all the vitamins, A, B, lots and lots of vitamins that your body needs. It's super rich in vitamins. So now all we're going to do next is just boil some water in the jug. Once again, it's important you use nice and clean water. There's no point putting dirty water in here with it. Get some rainwater, go and catch some rain off the side of your roof or whatever, wherever you can see some nice clean rainwater dripping around your house. Put a bucket in it, collect some rainwater, boil it, and then we're just going to tip it straight on. We don't want to fill it right up, probably keep the water level about an inch below, because otherwise it will boil over. And we're going to be boiling this for a day and a half, so we want to get everything out of it, especially the stalks. It takes a wee while for the stalks to all soften up and breaking down. And we want to get all the good stuff out of it. So over the day and a half, you're going to have to continue adding a wee bit of water to it, because some of it obviously is going to turn to steam and evaporate. So keep adding water, keep topped up, but you make sure it's, I would say 20mm below the top of your crock pot, so you don't end up having water all spewing out all over your bench. So I think I'll get a wee bit more in there yet. So I'll find it just doesn't really matter where I get it from, but that will do. But you can find this everywhere, and here in New Zealand it grows wild, and every second backyard's got fennel in it. It grows like gorse. And no doubt gorse has probably got some wonderful properties in it too that we should be probably learning about. One thing it does bring in is earwigs. Earwigs seem to like it. If you've got earwigs in your backyard, they're going to find the fennel, so watch out for the earwigs coming into your house. Make sure you kill them. I try to get off as much of the dead or dried leaves as possible. So now I'm just going to chuck the jug on. Caught some rainwater a couple of days ago. We had a few days of rain here in Dunedin, so I've been busy collecting rainwater and just putting it in 20-litre containers. Make sure we've got a nice clean water source for my family. It makes a big difference. When you get onto rainwater, you'll stop seeing all the flues and bugs coming through your house. We had continuous problems in this home. Every month kids would come home from school with bugs, and it would go through the whole family, and I was having huge amounts of time off work, becoming ill all the time, and got the family on distilled water and rainwater, and we're lucky if we see one person that's sick in our house once a year. The bugs and the flues just disappear, and there's nothing better in life than seeing your children happy without running noses and coughing and spitting all night long. Every parent absolutely hates those days and hates those nights, and really worries for our children. So the sooner you get your kids off fluoride water and tap water and get onto a rain collection system, or even if you can't collect rain for whatever reason, get yourself a water distiller. They're $300 odd, and they'll change your life. I was lucky that I had a water distiller. My grandfather used one for the last 10 years of his life as he travelled. To keep him going, he realised as an old man who was getting sick, he realised that the tap water was hurting, and got onto distilled water. And it was one of the things I inherited when he passed away, and it ended up being one of these things that I tucked underneath my house for probably 15 or 20 years, possibly even longer, until the day I learnt that I need to be using this device. And so yeah, I ended up getting that distiller out from underneath my house and getting it going, and what a difference it made. So make sure you use a nice clean water source for whatever you're doing. I know the earwigs are coming out in force. I've got a few of them in here. I'm sure it won't hurt too much when we boil a few earwigs. We're going to strain it all later on anyway, but you don't want these little buggers loose in your house anyway. So, fennel, it's quite strong when you're boiling. As all the nutrients comes out, it leaves quite a pungy, potent smell, and some people don't like it too much. So if you're prone to gagging, have a sensitive nose, you probably want to do it in a garage or basement or wherever, somewhere away from you, because you're going to be smelling this for a day and a half or so. And it has a pretty strong flavour too. So one of the things I've been adding to it just to take away that strong flavour and smell, and it's another good product we can use, and it's a spice, and it's a basic one that everyone knows, and it's cinnamon. So you stick a good tablespoon of cinnamon over it. Looks like we're getting a bit low on cinnamon, but it's at the bottom. I'm just going to chuck it all on. There's only, and this will just help take some of the harshness away from it. So this is what the product looks like when it's all finished. This nice looking orangey product. Because it's got cinnamon in it, and I don't remove the real heavy particles in it, you can see there's still quite a lot of floaty stuff, and I think it's probably a good thing not to take everything out of it and not to filter it down too much. So when you use it, it's a good idea to give it a good shake up before you use it. Just like drinking Cooper's beer from Australia, you have to shake the shit out of that stuff before you drink it too. The putrid stuff it is. So I'll just grab the jug. Alright, I need another couple of litres there. Apologise, I haven't got everything ready right in front of me. I'm just doing it as I'm going, so I have to walk away from the camera for a few minutes. Because it's got really good antibacterial and antifungal properties, another one you can use it for is a mouth spray. Spray it on your tongue, wash your tongue with it, wash your teeth with it, especially if you've got smelly breath problems. Great thing to help that. Come here, little suckers. don't know where earwigs originate from, but man, they're bloody horrible little beasts. Whoever brought them to New Zealand, I don't know why you did. So yeah, I've got it here in a spray bottle. You can shake it up, and you can use it anywhere. You can use it to clean your windows. One thing I haven't tried it on yet, but I'm keen. I found a wee bit of mould yesterday on the shower curtain, so I'm going to try it on the shower curtain and see if it fights mould, because you know we're using a lot of chlorine products to fight mould in our homes, and chlorine's another horrible thing you don't really want to bring in your home and breathe in the fumes and vapour off that. So this stuff here, I can spray this anywhere. I can spray it on my face, on my hair. You know, all these good vitamins are going to be good for your hair. If your hair's real dry, you've got dry skin, start spraying this on you a couple of times a day. And spray it directly on your face, you know, as a face wash. In your mouth. You know, you can do a bit of research and you can make tea with this stuff. It's really good for consuming. I think they usually use the seeds mostly for making tea, but I don't see why not. You just can't use any of the plant. But I've been consuming it for a month or so now and haven't had any issues with it. So you're not going to have any bad side effects. It's only going to give you health benefits from it. And it's just so useful in so many different areas, this product. So you know, if you want to get rid of all these expensive creams, bacterial fighting creams and stuff you've got, this is the way to do it. Using some basic herbs out of the garden that you can bring into your home, and start blessing some of your friends and family with it, struggling with some itching and scratching, whatever issues they've got. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to keep adding a bit more water to it, and then I'm going to stick it put this back in the crock pot and start boiling it. And then after, I would say 35 hours, every couple of hours, I would say 3 or 4 hours, you want to be checking on it, make sure the water level's staying reasonably high, that it's not evaporating off. Some crock pots are a bit hotter than others. You do want to stick it on high on your crock pot to make it boil the stalks and boil it really hard to make sure you get all that stuff out of it. So you do need to keep adding water to it. I'm sure you could probably, at the end of it, you could probably take it and boil it down into a paste as well and make a powerful paste with it if you really wanted to make a super strong remedy of the same fennel. But yeah, I really like the cinnamon in it. It really just takes away a lot of the bite out of it and adds more good vitamins to the sauce. So we just, yeah, that's pretty much it really. Just cut it up, throw it in there, put some good clean water on it, chuck it in your crock pot or your slow cooker, whatever you want to call it, and let it do its thing, and boil it up and keep adding water to it, and then pull it out, strain it off, and then you're ready to go. Chuck it in your bottles. Actually, there is a wee bit more to it. This is something that I did originally do, and I thought it seems to be a good thing. So this is the bottle that I've been using, and so I'd fill this bottle up to about this level just before it starts to taper off, and with the fennel, and I'd actually stick it on the window here in the sun, and it actually starts to ferment, and the top of it starts growing a bacterial layer on it. And every day I just shake that bacterial layer up into the fennel, and then 24 hours later another layer will form, and it's quite amazing watch the bacterial layer form across the top of this, you know. And it's a good bacteria, you don't have to worry about anything like that. You know, this is the stuff I'm drinking, I'm consuming, I'm spraying on my head, I'm putting on my face, I'm spraying everywhere, and it's working a treat. But if you're cautious about it, you're worried about it, you do your own research, find out everything about the fermenting process of these sorts of products, and you'll find that most fermenting any food is a good thing, or fermenting any plants is a good thing, and only makes things stronger and more powerful. So I've been doing it for about 7 days, fermenting for about 7 days. Every day, as the bacterial layer grows across the top of it, I'll shake it up, and after 7 days, then I'll start using the product. Do I really need to ferment it? I don't know. I haven't done it without fermenting it because it's just been naturally fermenting on the windowsill, but I believe that fermenting things are good. You know, most of the best foods in the world that you can eat that are good for your stomach are fermented foods. Fermented cabbage is probably the best things you could probably eat. That's why it gives you lots of energy, lots of strength, and that. And lots of the Asians and the Russians and that, they all eat it. Even if there's not a lot else to eat, they'll eat lots of fermented cabbage to keep them healthy. So, there's nothing wrong with fermenting foods before you consume them. It's only a good thing. So I'm just going to grab the jug. But once again, I don't know if you really need to ferment this product. I haven't used it straight away after pulling out of the crock pot. I've always fermented it. So I've been making this ingredients up myself. It's not something I've learnt from anywhere. So do your own research if you're concerned about anything I'm doing here. But I tell you, you're not going to have any side effects that are going to be bad for you. You're only going to see good things happen, like your rashes disappear and itching disappear. And it's just so simple and so easy to make. So I'm still going to add a wee bit more water to this. I probably still need another 2 litres just to bring it up to the height that I want. But yeah, that's about it really. Too easy. I hope you give it a go and see the benefits from it. Cheers, thanks for watching.